What up, man? You zoomed in 8 times right there, ain't you?
Hey man, you know it. What's
Mr.
going on
Carolina
with you?
Visuals.
Hey man, trying to make it happen, dog. Trying to make it happen. What's going on with you, man?
Ain't nothing much, man. Just a lot of traveling, a lot of back-to-back shows, same as you. So finally getting
Bro,
able to breathe.
I know that's right, man. We stay. That's one thing about us. We gonna stay busy now.
Hey, if we wasn't busy, then I would be worried.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
but man, I'm gonna start this episode because we occasionally have episodes where we just talk shop. We just kind of have conversations, and the funny thing is we haven't even been talking offline. So there's gonna be some real catching up right here. So how is prep, man? You've been in prep all year, low key. How is prep, man? You walking out to all these shows and knocking heads off, man. So how is prep going? And I know you made a hint that you're shutting it down for Yorton. So how is prep going from the past, and how are you feeling now, and how are you feeling progressing going forward?
Man, prep, man. We know we all have them ups and downs. There's some mornings I wake up and I'm like, what is this? And other mornings I'm excited to get after it, man. So it's just one of them things, bro. But came out early, as people know. Came out early, got 2 pro wins. Just wanted to get out early and do something different. I mean, that's about it, brother. How about you, man? We know that. Well, the people probably don't know, but I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it. You are in prep,
Nah,
so
facts. I mean, the
I'll
face
say
got
this.
significantly skinnier since then. So,
And
hey,
then
man,
you're definitely scaring people off with your post that you post on Instagram. Like they're running away. So that's
facts.
always a good thing.
Nah, I feel like it's funny. Of course, we won't name drop or anything like that, but it's funny when you get messages from people who say, "Man, I was going to do that show," or somebody else tells you like, "Hey, somebody was about to do this show and they backed out because you were going to be there." And I was like, "Bro, I never said I'm going to any of these shows." Like, I think people have to realize like we really don't never tell people what shows we're going to do. I mean, I probably announce my next one soon. Once I get everything together and under wraps. But I mean, prep is feeling good for me, honestly. I think like I've been in prep since January. Like so I've been having fun with it. It's been a slow process, but you know me, I love long preps. Like I don't like short preps. Shoot, hit a new low today as we
Okay.
shooting. So yeah,
Okay.
sitting at 204. You know what I mean? Like
Yee.
feeling good. So I even posted a back picture this morning. Like I was like, bro, my waist never looked this small. So either I got water or my waist got smaller. So I think that's a dangerous combination right there. But yeah, man, prep is honestly easy. I was gonna screenshot the text or the email from my coach. Every year I get that one text message that says, "Hey, we need to stop effing up now." So
Right.
here he sent it over to me. I was like, all right, cool. I'm locking in, and then new low. So yeah, prep is going smoothly. And then like I said, once I register, I'll probably announce it. I don't think there's gonna be no secret. We already know once we do certain things, it gets out.
Well,
Whether
yeah,
we said or whether
there ain't no secrets around here, so
whether we said, I'd rather them hear it from the horse's mouth. So but nah, man.
absolutely. Nah,
And
bro, I'm definitely excited for you, man. I can tell that you made some improvements within the last year and a half. So hey, I can't wait till you pop out. I know what show you're doing, and I can't wait to see it.
it's gonna be a good one. You see that? Hold on. You see that? You see those?
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
okay,
just saying, hey, that's in bad lighting, you know what I mean? So, but nah, and the good thing is, I know sometimes we talking coding on here, but I think we're working on something really big. We even already, started it up, so we're working on something really big for this year. So, super excited for us to get that done. It ain't gonna be an if. When we get that done, it's gonna be
It's gonna be
huge.
dope.
So,
One of the people you actually reached out to, I had talked to them last week, and they was excited about it. They was like, "Yo," they was like, "Y'all about to change the game with this." They was like,
fact.
"Yo, that's gonna be dope as hell."
Fact. So I can't wait for that. But we'll quit talking to code. So if you are not following us, we need y'all to stay tuned for us because when we drop the news for this and when we get it all together, because like I said, it's going to happen. Trying to get there we go. When it happens, we don't want you guys missing out on what we got in store for you. So beyond this episode, I have seen you doing something this year that you've been doing, but it seems like it's picking up for you. So how is coaching going in these past few weeks or past few months going, and how's the climate for coaching? Because, you know, sometimes people be like, oh, man, there's not enough coaches or there's not enough athletes or they're all going to one person. So how are you feeling about the coaching landscape right now?
Man, coaching is going very well for me. I love it, man. Like I just got some ambitious guys, man, and the crazy thing about it is they don't see me as quote unquote Carolina muscle. They just see me as coach. Like, you know what I'm saying? So man, I love coaching them. They're man, like they make me want to do better, honestly. Like
Facts.
when I feel like effing up on a plan or something, I'm like, nah, because I know they're following their plan, so it makes me stick to my plan. So man, it's going well. And like I said, I never really put I'm a coach out there like that, but now people are starting to pick up on it. So it's going very well, man. I got a new client starting here in the next 2 weeks. So I'm excited about that. So big things coming for, Carolina muscle.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, man. Which I would ask you how yours is doing, but yours seem to be doing just fine. You on the up and up.
Hey, I mean, we doing something. Like, let's just put it that way. There's definitely room for growth, but as we move along, and the more I think we get our voices out there, the more we're creating visibility for ourselves, the better the business will be. And I think we kind of were both in the same spot of is like we are competitors, so we also don't want to have too much on our own plate because we don't. I think for me, I'll speak for myself. I don't ever want to let an athlete down.
Yeah.
So it's like for me wanting to take on, like I want to take on as many people as possible. And I think last year would have been the year to do it. But I also don't want to overload my plate knowing this year, knowing that I got some really big plans for myself. But I also want to be able to pour into them equally as much as I can. So with that in mind, I'm very cautious with what I bring on because like you said, when you get ambitious guys, it's easy.
Yeah.
When you get people who, you know, this is a brand new to them and I'm not going to say hand holding as it's a bad thing, but you're going to have to guide them a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
They need a little bit more assistance. It's going to be tough if you bring on, you know, 10 of those as to the people who's seasoned. Like I got a guy
Right.
that I feel like when I announce that he's my guy, it's going to turn heads. So I can't wait to announce him as a member of the team. It'll happen sooner or later, but it's real good.
You see, you just brought up a good point, and I'm not saying you do this, but I know there's coaches that go hunting for that guy. Instead of trying to mold and create that guy, they go hunting for that guy. So for me, I think it's more rewarding when you can take somebody and just break that body down,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end of it, they just look phenomenal and they become that guy.
Nah,
So
facts. Because the crazy thing is, like, that's how a lot of my pros are. Like, when I come to think about it, like, all the guys that I have now, like, I seen them when they were amateurs. Like, I seen them before they got to the heights that they're at.
right.
Like, quick story, like, Lee joining my team. I met Lee at the same posing clinic we did when he was an amateur before he ever competed.
Right.
And I feel like his potential is through the roof. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Same thing with David. I met him when he was an amateur. So I don't think I mean, I will hunt now, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm not poaching, I'm not going after somebody. But like if I see somebody that I feel like they aren't reaching their maximum potential, of course, I'm gonna definitely suggest, like, hey, bro, like maybe I can help you out, you know, do your research, this, that, and the third. But like even like at a show this week, there was a guy, no coach. He was talking to my athlete, and I thought this was funny. It was a funny story. He was talking to my athlete. And he was like, yeah, my coach. And, you know, they're having a quick conversation. And I met a couple other guys back there who knew who he was just basically because of, you know, either between the podcast or between, you know, the Yorton. And the guy was just like, so where are you coach? Who's your people? So I showed him like the team page. I was showing him like different athletes, like, hey, I got this athlete as high as this age, as young as this age, you know, everybody. And he just kind of just like scrolling. And then he like kind of, and I said, I love when people be like, so, you know, what do you look like when you compete? So I was like, well, since you asked, I can show you, you know what I mean? So somebody was just like, so somebody stopped and they're like, no, another guy walked up. He was like, yo, you won the Windy City 2 years ago. And then the other guy was like, yo, he won the Yorton 2 years ago. And people was just like, so the dude who asked me that was just like, oh, so they kind of know who you are. Like,
Right.
oh, my bad. But nah, it was and I like those genuine interactions because I was just like, someone made the comment that it's crazy that someone who accomplished what we accomplished would sit backstage and talk to them. And I'm like, bro, like literally that accomplishment was great. But I was like, if we was to walk around the way you think we should walk around, then business would be down, or y'all would say, hey, I met this a-hole
Right.
and he's a jerk, right? So I was just like, bro, like winning the Yorton Cup was an amazing, like our names are etched in history, but that doesn't define us in who we or how we should act towards other people or toward amateurs. I'm like, bro, I'm a normal person just like you. Like the only difference is I compete for money and you're an amateur. That's the only difference right now. And if you go win this show, we'll be competing on the same stage. So there's no difference between us.
Yeah, and I think most people get caught up. Well, for me, I can't speak for you, but for me, they see my persona when I post on Instagram when I'm working out, and they take that and try to, that's not that's just me when I'm competing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't walk around as an asshole or anything like that. So there's a difference, when you actually see us in person at shows, interacting with people, and like when you see us in the gym or whatever the case may be. So
Nah, facts. Because I sat back there and talked to, I think, most of the men's physique guys probably for 30, 40 minutes because I had time.
right.
So, like I said, that's always a dope experience because I think even when someone just sits there just to ask you a question, I think that's a blessing in disguise. Or it's not even in disguise. I think that's a blessing that someone considers you knowledgeable enough to come up to you and say, hey, man, what do you think about this? And for me to actually have an answer to share, right, that comes from a place of experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's a blessing because I know at the end of the day, when that person leaves, they're like, yo, like, old buddy was mad cool. They shot me follows. So they was just like, yo, we're going to follow you, this, that, and the third. One of the dudes was a new pro. So like I said, man, I think those interactions are stuff you can't really pay for. Like those experiences are something that's necessary for me, I guess, just because I like spreading the knowledge and I like meeting these people from all over different places.
Yeah, and then I had posted something the other day. It's different when you're chosen by the people and when someone is trying to push you upon the people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different type of respect. And me and you been in this game long enough where like we've been chosen by the people, man. Like they rock with us no matter what. Hey, they love us, they hate us. Either way, they're talking about us. You know what I'm saying? So I think that goes a long way in this sport also, man, for sure.
Nah, facts. And like they said, somebody said the other day, love or hate, man. Either way, it's an audience. So might as
That
well
it
take
is.
it. So,
But yeah, man, let's get into it. Over the weekend, you had a client compete in Ohio, that Midwest region. And for you, since you was there, do you see, first of all, how did your client do? Go ahead and, give us the backstory on that, how he did and everything.
okay, so Connor Riggs, man, he's one of my men's physique clients. Basically, we set a realistic expectation on what we was doing going into the show. So me and Connor, we was like, hey, we're not the biggest guys. The biggest of guys, we don't have the most muscle, so we're gonna come in peel. Like we're gonna come in, and I'll always drop the nugget. Like you have to maximize on what you have and what you're capable of. So he went out in the debut class. I think he got fifth. I think fifth in debut, fourth in novice, and then he missed placing in the top five by one spot in the open. It's just because like literally, this is no knock to the show or anything like that. The show had, I think, 20 men's physique guys, and there were two classes. So it was in classes of 10. So I was just like,
Okay.
dude, I think Connor 6'3", he went on stage at a pill 170-ish, right? So when it comes down to people having a better back or more density, I think that's where the battle we lost. But when it came to conditioning, he probably was top 2 in conditioning in the class. But once again, according to the criteria, it's not a conditioning battle. So when he got out structured and out muscled, he got placed down. But the placing, I think the judging was fair. Like, I'm not making a excuse for him, but we showed up, we did what we could do, and we had an understanding of expectation when we got there. And once we left the show, we just kind of compared photos like, hey, you improved. We happy with the progress. But overall, the first question is like, how is the scene out there? I was pleasantly surprised. I have to admit, because I was screamed to the mountaintop that North Carolina and the DMV area is usually, and Florida, those 3 places are usually the hardest places to compete that I have been. So going up to, you said the Midwest, I think you said.
Yeah, they call that Ohio is considered like that Midwest region.
Hey, like you said, we trying to be correct. So going up to the Midwest area, it was surprising. Like, I think the classic class was huge. They had, I think, 6 or 7 bodybuilders, 20 men's physique guys. Like, I think they almost touched 100 competitors just on the amateurs.
Oh, wow.
Because I think the men alone was 46 to 50. I think my guy was 46. And then they had an extra guy. So they had about 46 to 50 people in men's.
Right.
So when you're telling me that some shows nowadays are doing like 35 and 40 total, and this show had 46 guys alone, I could just imagine what I had to leave before the women came on, but I had a flight to catch. But the women class, I'm pretty sure, was just as big.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a great show. Sully was there. So it's always good to catch up, with Sully. And, I met Josh Williams. If you guys don't follow his podcast, Strength Ritual, the OCB Mind Muscle, we had him on a while ago. You can check out his interview as well. But I met him. He got some size to him, man. He kind of big dude. He in prep too. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but hey, he getting ready for something.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, other than that, that show was this weekend. Another big show coming up here in a little less than 2 weeks is the Florida Pro.
Okay.
So we know that show is always big. Duro is one of the good promoters that's out there or whatever. So I'm definitely excited to see how that show plays out this year. I know he posted a couple of the people that's doing it. For me, I really only pay attention to classic. So, Jay Wright's doing it. Big shout out to him. He didn't do it last year. Then you got Alec coming back. He won it last year. You have the other Alec coming to do it. One person that I noticed that's in prep, I don't know if he's doing it or not. It looked to me like he's doing it. I Am Juice is his Instagram name. He did the Yorton, I think, was it 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
He's getting ready for something. It could be Florida Pro. So if it is, I'm definitely excited to see how he stack up against them guys. But yeah, man, that show's coming up, and I think it's going to be pretty good this year for sure.
Nah, facts. And Florida is a hotbed, man. I think Florida shows always have some type of heat, whether they're top heavy. Most of them are top heavy, which means they get really good competitors that really can set the distance between the rest of the field. I'm really excited to see who is competing in men's physique. I haven't seen him post too many guys. I know I don't know his name, but Promo Town, I think he won Mr. America a couple years ago. I know he's going. Who else is it? I think Nathan Parker. Did JC clarify for that show? I think JC did a couple shows. I think he's going as well.
Yeah, I think he's going.
Yeah, he did a few shows. So JC's going there.
Yeah, I think he done 2 or 3 shows this year. I know he did
Buford.
He did Buford. He did No Gear.
Double Down. He did 3. So
he's on a roll too. Hey, shout out to JC Fit. Hey, he's definitely on a roll too now.
Hey, this ain't for the faint, man. You running the gauntlet, man, and just showing up is the first part.
The thing about this year, man, and I know you noticed it too. People are moving in silence. Silent assassins. They're not announcing nothing. They're not talking trash on Instagram, bro. They're just popping out going to shows, and I freaking love it, dude. I love the silent approach for sure.
It's funny though, bro. Like it's funny. Like, and you know, a couple years. I think our very first episode. What was it? 3 years ago, or it might have been our second episode, bro. We had an episode called "Announcing or Not Announcing."
Yeah.
And we were on opposite sides of the spectrum about whether we should announce or not announce. And a lot of people like, no, I'm announcing. I'm gonna say all my shows. I'm gonna say all my shows. And some people like, nah, this, that, and third. I'm gonna just show up. Like, and a lot of people used to consider that. Like, people used to say, oh, you ducking smoke. Like, nah, I'm not ducking smoke. Like, because at the end of the day, it's a different mentality when you post it and when you don't. Some people say, oh, this is my accountability for me to post, which is perfectly fine. You know, that's that outside accountability. Like, you want other people to know, other people to find out this and third. Like, I'm not hiding it.
Right.
I just also choose not to yell it from the mountaintop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's not me ducking smoke. Like, heck, I just posted a picture of me saying my team is coming to No Gear and 2 people back out. So, I mean, maybe I just lost No Gear to $500, you know, so maybe I shouldn't. But I think this silent approach is lovely because I love the banter. Like, if you know somebody's doing a show and y'all have some back and forth banter, that's cool. But whenever I'm like in prep and focus, I don't need that. And I also don't want to give you that energy. You know what I mean? Because I might be the person getting you through your prep. I don't want to give you that. Like, I need you to cultivate that.
No, absolutely. And I know for me, man, like you said, when I did that a few years ago, like, I would post my shows and talk. That was me holding myself accountable because I didn't want to look stupid in front of the mass, right? So, hey, I threw it out there. Now, if I don't perform, I'm going to look stupid, right? Mm-hmm. But now I don't, like, I'm not trying to be funny, but the people that rock with me. I'm not trying to gain no new followers by doing this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just moving in silence. And when I pop up, and it's just business trips for me now, bro. Literally, I'm in, I'm out. Like, that's it.
Yeah. And I feel like at this point, it's like, if I actually know you, or if I like somebody will come and ask me on Instagram, like, hey, what show are you doing? I don't know.
Right.
Like, but the people who's around me, like, I'm pretty sure about 100 people know what show I'm doing. Like, it's really no secret. There's not that many shows that I could really go to at this point now. I mean, the Yorton is a given, right? So it's like people already know, and I already know the people who know that's competing in that show because I know multiple people who's competing in this show as well. It's like they're literally like, oh, I got to beat Eric. Like, they already got that mindset, you know what I mean? But I don't get nothing from that, you know what I mean? So why would I just go out here and put it publicly? And I mean, I think people may say, oh, that's a fear, but it's not. Like, literally, I'm just like, yo, I'd rather handle the business without the noise. Cause like, I posted something the other day and somebody was just like, oh, that looks like a Yorton Cup champion, or that looks like a repeat, or that looks like this. And I'm like, I mean, I like that, you know, but I also don't live for the praise. Like, I don't, that doesn't move me left or right. I appreciate it because they see that I'm working, but it doesn't move me left or right.
Yeah, and I think for me, like you said, like likes on Instagram don't translate to wins on the stage. You know what I'm saying? So I think that just comes with growth in the sport too, bro, to be honest with you. It's just growth in the sport for sure. So.
Facts.
But before we hop off of here, man, this episode was sponsored by Chula. We forgot to say that at the beginning of the video. So, man, if you need some trunks, if you need board shorts, if you just want some fly-ass fucking slippers, man, whatever the case may be, if you want some cool-ass shorts, hop over to ChulaWear. Use code Carolina Muscle.
Or
what you got?
eShell 10.
And save you a couple dollars.
And it's the middle of the competition season. Buy 2 pair, you know? You're getting 10% off. Might as well buy 2 because you don't want to wear the same shorts as somebody else. So
you don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that.
You're gonna look crazy on stage. Like, damn.
But we're gonna end this episode, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like we said, stay tuned because the big announcement will possibly come around August for what we got planning and brewing once we get it all together. But we do have we're going to say a new series coming up. So stay tuned for that as well. We'll announce that on our Instagram. So make sure you follow Let's Talk About It 910. And for coaching inquiries, you can hit up Carolina Muscle or hit up the Egoless Strength page. And we both do posing coaching, regular coaching. So if that's something you're looking for, hit us up on Instagram. But until next time, peace.
Peace.